Hello, I'm the Wrestling Man. And sorry I've been away for the last couple weeks. I got a little sick, so tends to happen, especially when you live in Ohio, where the weather changes quite frequently. Um, so I'm sorry about that. Also, I know I've missed putting out a couple of pay-per-view vids. I'll do what I can to either try and get those up or what have you, um, as soon as I can. But I figured I'd come back with a little bit of a fantasy booking angle. And this day, I'm going to do Broken Universe, introducing Brother Nero. That's right. We're going to take and turn Jeff Hardy back into Brother Nero. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to let Matt and Bray hold on to the titles for a little bit longer. And then after WrestleMania, maybe at WrestleMania, they drop titles to whoever on Raw. And the next night, they get drafted to SmackDown. We're going to keep Jeff Hardy there, and we're going to put him on a run for a major title. Before the whole superstar shakeup, draft, whatever they do next year. Then, what we're going to do is simple. I'm going to take Matt Hardy, maybe have him win a Rumble at some point, or win some sort of number one contender spot for this major title. Put him in the title scene. The two of them start fighting it out. Maybe eventually, some point, Jeff drops the title to somebody else. However, continuing the feud with Matt and Jeff. Finally, out of frustration, Jeff and Matt decide to do another Ultimate Deletion. And of course, Matt wins, bringing about the Brother Nero. And we're also going to do something. We're going to have Bray Wyatt turn back into the Eater of Worlds. Why? Because in all honesty, that is the gimmick I think he does best. Though don't get me wrong, his Bray Wyatt broken, woken, deleter of worlds thing has been pretty good to watch so far. It's just, let's face it, a lot of us fell in love with him as the Eater of Worlds, and hopefully he will not turn back into the Eater of Pins. But what we do is, once we bring in Brother Nero, maybe have Bray Wyatt start getting jealous because Matt and Jeff start doing a lot of shit together. And as a result, it starts to cause jealousy and friction for Bray Wyatt. Bray being jealous of Matt and not really liking, or Bray being jealous of Jeff and not really liking the attention that Matt is giving him. Meanwhile, Bray is doing bigger, better things. However, he is not doing what he should be. This story is also going to lead to another story of how the WWE, I personally think, should introduce Sister Abigail. What we're going to do is, at some point, Bray finally decides to leave the broken, woken universe. And with that, Bray starts striking out back on his own. Start trying to build a new Wyatt family. Maybe call up a few guys from NXT. Maybe even bring a few members of Sanity along with him. Because honestly, I think that Sanity would fit perfectly as a Wyatt family stable and not just their own group. But what we do is, all of a sudden, one day, Bray seems to find this woman somewhere. Nobody's quite sure where she comes from, but he finds this woman somewhere that he starts dubbing as Sister Abigail. And, of course, she is. We bring her in, give her the supernatural gimmick of being Sister Abigail, and more or less, that's that. Bray starts feuding with, or the Wyatt family starts feuding with the Broken Universe, and we lead into matches at pay-per-views, as well as some really interesting promos. You know, Bray Wyatt maybe cutting a few of his more cryptic style of promos, as well as pulling the whole lights out, lights on, I'm behind you sort of thing. That being said, I do have a few other videos I'm going to try to film this week and get out. I would also like to know your opinion. Do you guys want to hear how or what my top 10 best tag teams in the wrestling history are? If you do, comment down below. If I left anything out that you guys want me to try to fill in and come up with more, or if you guys want me to elaborate more, I will on the Jeff and Bray story. But this was just a preliminary story, trying to get something out to let you guys know I'm okay, I haven't died or anything. And for the last couple weeks, I've just been real sick, and trying to get myself taken care of. Like I said, I will try to elaborate more on this story at a later date. However, I figured I'd give you guys something, a little bit of excitement maybe. With that being said, I am the Wrestling Man, and if you like what you see, comment down below, subscribe, all that stuff. You know, hit the bell, push the bell icon for notifications, and let me know what you think, especially of the idea of a top 10 tag teams in the history of wrestling. And by the way, that will be my personal opinion, just so you know. Bye.